Is that really Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
And that's impossible. Anyway, what did you manage to catch?
They said password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the President willingly.
That's right.
So this means the President is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired of being a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us.
A puppet?
We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then.
Fire
Like how
a nuke,
Raiden doesn't
but
even
it's
question
nowhere
that.
close to the
Just says a
ransom
puppet
deadline.
and leaves it at that.
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
Total disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer. Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts. The EMMA field can reach tens of thousands of volts per meter, and most electronic equipment will be toast in an instant.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do is liberate Manhattan. Pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
Damn! Ocelot is coming. I'm going offline. Search my pocket. Hurry! It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock doors of up to level 3 security. Use it to get to Shell 2. Take care of the President before they launch the nuke. He's coming here. Pick up your AK.
I never understood the point of this. They make it so dramatic and it's just, you just switch your weapons. I mean, that's it. And you have 10 seconds to do it, but the timer freezes anyway when you go through your inventory, so it's like, whoa, what a big deal. It might as well just be a cutscene.
I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the President was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You!
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali-Lu-Lay-Lo.
Is that so? What the?
You tricked me. I understand now. Ocelot.
You? Which team are you with? Show me your face. You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself. We meet at last.
I love that little bit. Almost had the other arm.
Hold your fire! We need the hostages alive!
Hurry! Get away!
But you died!
Leave this to me.
Search every section of the structure. The intruder may be dressed in our own colors. Face check all personnel encountered. I repeat, we have an intruder in Shell 1.
Colonel, Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for a nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here, and the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the president before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the president for now.
All right.
I wonder if Snake will say anything about FOXDIE. Doesn't even respond, okay. Alright, let's get out of here.
Freeze!
Come on. The guy's about to come up the hallway. Oh shit. Oh, let's just take him out. I'm not dealing with the camera. That'll take a while. A lot of people say that Metal Gear Solid 2 is way too easy because of the tranquilizer gun. And I do agree. You know, the tranquilizer gun is what makes it so easy. And then in MGS3 they kind of retcon it. Well, not retcon it, that's not the word. In MGS3 I feel as if they make it not so easy because you have a suppressor on the tranquilizer gun, but the suppressor does wear out as you use it. So eventually the tranquilizer gun stops being a practical thing. I mean, the only reason the tranquilizer is so effective in MGS2 is because it has a suppressor. And of course the suppressor never runs out in MGS2, as opposed to MGS3. The thing is, the tranquilizer makes this game so easy. I see a lot of people say that you shouldn't even use the tranquilizer when you're playing this game. Otherwise you're not really, like, beating it fairly. That's what I've seen a lot of people say. I'm like, oh, whatever. If I want, you know, if someone wants to use the tranquilizer gun, let them use it. Is somebody there? Nope. Who's there? Stay still. Just gonna wake him up. Can't quite see him. Yeah, go on. Let's get this guy again. Alright, so we got the rifle that we need. I think the tranquilizer, yeah, is under here. If you don't get that here, if you don't find it, then you can't beat the game without killing anyone. Because later on, you have to kill people with the rifle. Well, you don't have to kill them. If you have the tranquilizer rifle, you can just use that, but you don't always have that.
There's somebody there.
I haven't found the M4 yet. Not that I really need it, but I kind of want to get it anyway. Oh my god. They leaving for good? Just grenades, nothing. Grenades, another weapon I never use. There's a lot of stuff in this game I never ever use. I think the M4 is by here. I'm satisfied. Okay, so just had to backtrack to get the sniper rifle, just like the first game. Kind of weird, isn't it? Just one of those things, you know, which is, you know, building up. Can't really explain it without giving away the game's ending, of course.
Raiden, can you hear me?
Pliskin, where have you been?
Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the president's location.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the first floor.
I'm cut off from the core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR sensors in place on the connecting bridge between Shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the Semtex will go off.
Yeah, I heard them talking about that.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure you don't shoot the Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
This was a lot of fun on the first playthrough. Of course, the fun is kind of spoiled once you beat the game because you know where they all are, but, you know, when you first play the game, it's a lot of fun trying to figure out where they all are. It takes a while. And if you play this on the higher difficulties, they do add more control units, so there's a few more, like, nasty tricks if you try to play this on the higher difficulties. I just shot a few of them. The first one you should always go for is, of course, this one. Because if you shoot the Cypher on accident, then, well, the whole entire thing blows up, and you have to start again. We got it. I think on the higher difficulties, there's more than one as well. There's like 2 different Cyphers with control units on top. Makes it a lot difficult. Might as well go for that Easter egg I was talking about here. Try and kill as much birds as we can. Anytime now, yeah. There it is. Finally got it.
Raiden, do you actually enjoy abusing helpless animals?
I don't believe this. I had no idea you were that kind of a monster.
I don't understand you, Raiden. If you're satisfied, get back to the mission.
Alright. There's one behind the flag, I think. Unless that's only on the higher difficulties. If there's one behind it, I've definitely got it. Where's the one that I missed? Alright. One of the obvious ones. Okay, so this is where we get introduced to Solidus finally, my favourite character in the whole series. Oh, that's a bold statement. He's one of my favourite characters, I'll say that. Not sure if he's my most favourite.
One of the enemy's Kasatkas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held on level B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. One dead and several wounded.
The Kasatka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasatka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasatka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Intruders!
Over here! Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses. And now this Otacon.
AKA Hal Emmerich, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal Gear organization.
They sabotaged and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the construction of the Big Shell.
Snake and his partner aren't terrorists.
Jack, why are you defending them?
I look back on what I've done here so far, and things like training and sense of duty alone won't get you through a sneaking mission like this.
Jack, are you okay?
You need something higher. I can't think of the right word, but it has to be pure will, backed up by courage, or ideals, or something like that. I'd stake my life on it. The solid snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal Emmerich.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
I know we got a glimpse of Solidus earlier on when I had the directional microphone, but this is kind of like the first time you get formally introduced to him, I guess you would say. And I love this cutscene as well. It's one of my favourites in the whole entire game. Here we go, he's coming.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here?
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake. No, that is not Solid Snake. What a pleasant surprise, brother.
Save it. You brother of mine.
Don't say you've forgotten me, Snake.
Snake?
Right, take cover.
I love that music. So badass.
Brother, I'm a whole different game from Liquid. that the best you can do, Snake?
I'm sure one thing a lot of people wonder about is what is up with Solidus' suit, that, like the armor he's wearing. Because of course when you saw him on the bridge then his arms kind of like grew bigger or something like that. There is an optional codec conversation towards the end of the game which explains his suit. I can't remember the exact explanation, but it's something about the suit creates artificial muscles or something like that, which gives him superhuman strength basically. And super speed, you know. Which of course you get to see plenty of towards the end. I guess that's the artificial muscles like retracting there.
The world needs only one big boss! I'll drown you fools for interfering!
This is the Stinger missile launcher. The Kasaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to shoot the Harrier down.
Snake, we got company.
I'm counting on
you. So I like this fight more than the Hind fight in the first game, but at the same time I'm still not a big fan of it. It's one of the more forgettable fights in the series. But thankfully this fight doesn't last anywhere near as long as the Hind fight. This one's over pretty quickly, about 3 minutes I would say, my guess. We don't need that ration, we got full health. Wait, let's see what Colonel has to say.
Right. Handguns and machine guns can't stand up to fighter jets. Use the Stinger missiles instead. Don't panic, even if you lose sight of the Harrier. Look at your radar. The radar has been modified to show where the Harrier is. Use the radar and locate the Harrier's position.
Okay. Nothing really too interesting. Oh, he actually answers.
Right. I'll back you up from the chopper. If I see you run short of an item, I'll toss it down. Make good use of those.
Alright, I'll just leave it at that. Now, if you didn't activate the node in the previous struts, then I believe the radar isn't activated for this boss fight. That's happened to me a few times when I replay the game. I forgot, sometimes I don't bother turning on the nodes because I know where all the guards are anyway, so I don't really need to. But unfortunately, that leaves you with no radar for this boss fight if you forget to turn on the node. That's not that big of a deal anyway. I mean, you can still defeat the boss just fine, but it makes it slightly trickier. Although it's not that tricky to begin with, so... Yeah, better get under the bridge. By the way, if you flip over the balcony, you're invincible while you're flipping over it, so that's why I'm constantly doing that. Did that a miss? I don't think that did any damage. Only in Metal Gear Solids can you fight the ex-president of the United States in a jet being piloted by a vampire. Name me another game which does that. Did I avoid that? Oh, cool. I do normally get lit on fire by that attack, but not this time.
I'll let you go out in style. What the?
I think he's doing that missile attack. Yeah. There's not really much you can do here. You just gotta wait for Snake to stop him. Although the chaff grenades might do something. Although I'm not certain on that. I've never tried it. Chaff grenades normally disable the enemy's weapons, so. What, the mist? Oh. Oh, he's doing missiles again? Or is he just a machine gun? Machine gun, okay. I can't be bothered to dodge, I'll just shoot.
I'll let you go out in style.
One more. He's gone. Oh, almost.
There's something coming up.
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
They got my eye! Vamp! Go! Ha!
What's that? It's running on water.
That's just another thing about Vamp. His abilities just aren't really that interesting to me. Like, I've said it before, but he's just not that interesting to me as a character. And his abilities aren't really much. I mean, he just regenerates whenever you try to kill him. He runs on water, runs up walls. That's really it. And he's good with knives. They're just not that interesting.
You all right?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Barely managed, but we're all right.
The chopper?
We need some time for repairs.
Oh.
The president's all yours.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
What?
Are you the Snake? They said you were dead.
No, not me. There are still too many things I need to do.
Snake, you're a legend, and that's why I need to ask you this.
Legend? A legend is nothing but fiction. Someone tells it, someone else remembers. Everybody passes it on.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government
Grey
or
Fox.
anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
What about the DNA results from that body?
That was Liquid's body. He and Snake are identical on the genetic level.
Liquid?
A deception, for our own protection. We stole his frozen body from some organization. Kind of a hassle, though.
That's all there is to it.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it, 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world.
What responsibility?
To keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change, and that's what keeps me alive.
You think you can change the future?
I'm not as arrogant as that.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Looks like the terrorists have his sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles. Otacon's here for someone. I'm not.
This is a military mission.
Jack, are you all right?
Just barely.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I know that, and I know I need to stay stronger.
Say a prayer for me, Rose, so I can come back.
You will make it back. I'm with you all the way, remember.
That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm going to save the data, okay, Jack?
Four hours, 30 minutes. I think I'm about halfway through the game.
Colonel, Metal
If not
Gear's
slightly
already
more.
gone active.
It's not too late. You can still prevent a nuclear strike by securing the president and preventing password confirmation from taking place. Get to the president. He's in the core section of Shell 2.
I'm checking the satellite images. Looks like you can get to the core from the other side of Strut L.
The core hasn't gone under yet from what we can tell. Follow the railings down, then jump onto the pipes.
The only viable strut in the outer perimeter is the L. That attack just now doesn't make any sense. It's like they have no more use for this place.
Colonel, you were monitoring the codec calls. That man was the real Snake all along.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Don't let your guard down with him.
Why do you say that?
Because they were never a part of the simulation. They're an unknown factor.
You can take your simulation and... We're out here, we bleed, we die.
Calm down.
I suggest that you do, Raiden. Even if that is Snake. That has no bearing on your mission.
Colonel, you and Snake used to be on the same side. I don't understand. I read about you and Snake in the Darkness of Shadow Moses.
I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. Do you get me?
Okay, I think I'm gonna have a quick break from there. Okay, I had a quick break and I'm back. And you know what? That map is really deceiving as well, because it gives the impression that the game is a lot bigger than it actually is. I mean, you think, oh wow, I have all these places to explore. Then of course the only struts you actually explore on this side of the map is the middle one. Just, they're kind of sly like that. Although I'm not, oh, hang on a second. So, alright, so you have some fire here, you can get rid of it with the coolant of course, as everyone knows. But the ration on the staircase, I'm not sure if it's a trick or not. Basically that happens. The stairs collapse. I'm not too sure if there's any way to get that ration, or if it's just a trick, you know. Kinda like the ration placed by the lava in MGS1. Although there may be a way to get it, I just don't know the way. Or I could be wrong about that. There's a ration over there, I'm not going to bother getting it. So this is the part where MGS2 turns into a platformer slightly. Gotta be careful not to slip on the bird shit. That really does mess you up. If you walk slow like I did, it's no problem though. I mean, MGS isn't a platformer, so this bit is a bit wonky sometimes. It's kind of awkward to get over some of these jumps. Like, if you look at the way that walkway is kind of positioned, it's kind of slanted, so it kind of, when you're playing the game for the first time, it's kind of tricky. Like, see, I don't even know why he did that. Before I go on though, let's trank these guys. Got one down. And I missed. I think that hit him, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm even hitting him. Stay still. Wake him up. Come on. What's he doing? Okay, go on. I could be wrong about this, but I think I read somewhere that you were originally supposed to be able to explore all of the struts in MGS2. But they, like I said, I don't know if this is true, but I think I read this somewhere. So you were supposed to be able to explore all of the struts originally, but they ran out of development time or something like that. So you can't. I could be wrong about that. Okay, this bit I normally get spotted on. I get spotted on this more often than not. But the thing is, if you get spotted, it prevents you from triggering an Easter egg. So I would really like to get past this bit without getting spotted. The floor does break away here as well, so bear with me, I might fall to my death. Yeah, right here. Go, Raiden. Oh, nope, not fast enough.
Jack, what's going on? Answer me! Jack? Jack!
And of course it's a kind of difficult angle to trank them through the windows. I mean, I can trank the first guy, okay, but the second guy is a bit more tricky. Actually, I wonder if they can see you if you're just going along here. I've never tried this. The millions of times I've beat this game and I've never tried to just hang over the edge. Oh, he just woke up the guy. Go. That's my chance. Yeah. I hear them kick the guy to wake him up. It's all good. So the Easter egg is coming up here. Basically, if you did get spotted just then, it prevents this from happening.
No, what? I'm going to go in my pants. Nobody's looking, right?
And if you call them on the codec, hang on, you'll be standing right under it.
The enemy has already entered.
They'll talk about it. Just give me a second. Ah. No response from Colonel. Or did I just... Oh.
Right, my sympathies. Sneaking missions are called wet works for a reason after all.
Don't worry about it, Jack. It's okay.
Rose?
That is, as long as you take a shower the second you get back. Do we have a deal?
Wonder what it looks like if you look up. Come on, bit to the right, your left. I want to see the water effects if it like goes right on the camera. Looks like the sea. Okay. Moving on. I think there's some ciphers coming up. Yeah, 3 of them. Okay, 4 of them. I think they respawn as well if you take too long. So you gotta make this bit quick. Don't. Oh, I knew it. Okay, second time lucky. Okay, it's all good.
Olga, Snake, he's here. In Shell 1.
My father had some unfinished business with him.
Olga, calm yourself. Of your personal feelings.
Then screw your plan. I've been waiting for this day for 2 years, and I will send him to the bottom of the ocean, right next to my old man.
The launch comes first.
Damn it. Where's Ocelot?
Not here.
I don't trust him.
Don't talk that way about one of your own.
He's not one of my own. He left my father to die, remember?
Olga, we'll talk later. We need to get started on the final checks for the unit.
All right. I'm headed back there.
The upper connecting bridge to Shell 1 is down.
What about the chopper?
The cam-off is out of action. Take the oil fence from strut L.
I'll tell my men to start pulling out.
Not yet. Their retrieval comes last. The intruder's still at large.
Where's she?
What about the other man?
He's got luck on his side, certainly.
He survived that explosion. Listen, Olga, the code confirmation is in 1 hour. Keep the president alive until then.
I know. No one gets in here. Turn the currents on.
Of course. High voltage currents on.
Just like in the
The
first
door
game.
stays shut unless the president manages to take out that circuit panel from inside the room. And it's no job for bare hands.
All right. Come back immediately.
One more thing.
What?
We leave for Russia when this business is done. I want half the money for that.
Of course. That was part of the agreement.
Half the money? She thinks
We start
there's a
living
ransom?
for ourselves after this. If there's anyone who wants to stay here, I want you to take good care of them.
Gladly. Soldiers are the cream of the crop.
It's time they went free.
What happened to rebuilding Mother Russia?
The old man is dead. The world is a different place now.
It's your life.
Just as a reminder, I'm going to say this again, one last time. Don't try anything on us.
The feeling is mutual.
Kodak?
I'm in front of the room where they're keeping the president.
Everything all right?
No sign of flooding, but I can't get close to the door. The floor is electrified.
Don't test it. You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses VR training?
Take out the circuit panel?
Right.
But there's no way into the room.
Try ventilation ducts.
Yeah, I think I see one.
Look for a remote control missile launcher. You can guide it through the duct into the room.
Then target the circuit panel. Got it.
Right, but make sure you don't hit the president.
The president is wired with nanomachines. If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response. It looks like the walls have a built-in radio shield.
So that's why Ames lost contact with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Understood.
Locate a remote control missile launcher first.
Okay, so I've heard about this, but I've never tried it. Apparently, if you walk on this electrified floor with a box, that happens. That's pretty cool. I want to do that one more time. I always assumed the floor would kill you instantly, but I guess not. That's awesome. Prez. So, just like in the first game, you gotta go find the Nikita launcher and then come back. What's in here again? Just ammo. Okay. There's like gun cameras in there, so I never bother going in there. So here we're coming up to a little swimming section, which apparently a lot of people hate. I've never minded it myself. I normally hate underwater levels in games, but I never minded them in this game. I think the swimming controls, they're fine. The swimming section itself doesn't last long either. I mean, it's 5 minutes, if that. And that's when you don't know where you're going. When you know where you're going, it's less than 3 minutes. You already told me I had to swim at the start of the game.
Colonel, B1 is completely
flooded
from what I can see.
You'll have to swim through.
I'm fine with swimming.
Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession.
Hey, he already told us this at the start.
Heading with the left stick. Up will take you up, down takes you lower. Left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
Alright. That's a weird thing as well when you're underwater. If you hold down X, Raiden starts to walk on the bottom. I never understood the purpose of that. I mean, he just moves slow. I don't really get it. But, I don't know. It's just a little thing I always found weird. I could be wrong. I think you could find an action figure in the water as well, floating around, of Raven. Yeah, we just passed it. Right above my head by there, there's Raven, just floating around. Which is weird, since that was on the Tengu chapter. I don't know, it doesn't have to make sense. It's just an Easter egg. Let's go back to rescue the presidents. On the higher difficulties, this can be a little bit annoying, because the president, a lot of the time... Oh, I took the wrong route. But a lot of the time the president just stands there. Or he runs around in circles in the room. And it makes it tricky to dodge. It makes it tricky to dodge him. So obviously if you hit him with the missile, it's game over. It's not normally a...
What are you doing?
Yeah. It's not normally a problem on the lower difficulties. Okay, he's standing right next to it. Maybe you should move. I don't want to...
What are you doing?
I was expecting that to kill him. Oh my god, I'm doing terribly. As I always say, I'm not normally this bad. Oh, hang on. What's the cell phone? What's it saying? I'd rather use this one. Dude. crouch down in the corner. This is probably going to kill you. Oh no. He was pretty close to that circuit panel, so kind of surprised I didn't kill him.
President Johnson.
Huh? So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit isn't exactly standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought you came to kill me.
What?
I'm prepared to face
I just remembered this bit.
Of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man?
I never understood that.
Well, who are you?
I still don't.
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound? I see. Now things are starting to make a little sense. Switch over to nano-communication so nobody can listen in.
I actually really like this cutscene. They just drop some really cool bombshells to the story.
Do you read me, sir?
Yes.
The Patriots is one of my favorite storylines in the MGS series.
Have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
I love that line.
The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to leave.
You know, if you played MGS4, you know who the Patriots are. They don't really look like the Patriots in those images there.
You'll understand someday.
Obviously, back when this game was made, they didn't know who the Patriots would turn out to be.
I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies...
Although we know who the original Patriots were. I guess that's who the Patriots became. Oh, so I guess that does make sense.
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots. even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid, he was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago. Shadow Moses.
That's when it all becomes clear.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidency.
There is a minor thing I'm confused by with this, which I'll talk about when the cutscene ends, but I've asked online.
I thought he resigned.
I've asked other MGS fans about it, but no one has ever given me a clear answer to it, so I don't think anyone knows. I'll talk about it after the cutscene.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception. Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Capped?
Correct. But before the Patriots could execute their plot, Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Golukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position. It's the only chance he has for survival. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure extends from the foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core. Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was created to be the core of our country.
What kind of idiotic weapon?
Weapon? No. You're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks, but Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort.
Outer Heaven?
Listen, there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal Gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
You've got to find Emma Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system programmer for Arsenal Gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving. This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after FOXDIE, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Well, I've told you everything you need to know. There's only one thing that remains to be done. Now, kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's her role! Pull! No! Do it!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him.
He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
What are you?
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.